Hi, my name is Jack. Welcome back to video number 3. Woo! I did take a week off. Probably negative 12 people cared that I took a week off, but I did. I was working at a summer camp all week. I do video stuff for the summer camp. I had very long days, but it was wonderful. And now I'm back onto my schedule. YouTubing is difficult. It's difficult to come up with topics that I think people will be interested in. It's difficult to just jump into my stories or my advice or this or that. So I thought what I would do is make a little series. This is the start of a series that I'm going to do about people's creative spaces and how those spaces help them with their mental health. Basically, it's a series about creative people doing cool things in cool spaces and how that ties back to their mentality and their positivity and all that jazz. I'm gonna do the first video on myself, not because I'm super self-centered, though this is a YouTube channel about myself, so you know, a little bit. I didn't have anyone else to film this week, so I'm gonna start off with myself and see how it goes, and hopefully you like it. Okay, so this is my creative space video. All right, let's do it. I work on video stuff, I make short films, I do social media stuff for a nonprofit, but my main drive is music. I love making music, I love producing music, I love playing music. I play in a band, I do solo stuff. I just try to fuse music into any part of my life that it can be fused into. And that's how this room came to be. This was my childhood bedroom, and I lived in this room for at least 10 years. I think I moved to my upstairs room when my sister left it, maybe when I was 13. It was really my father's push that made it into a music room. I didn't think I needed a room. I thought that I could make music anywhere. I just do it on my laptop, so why would I need a room to do it? But this room ended up becoming something that really means a lot to me. I do band practice in here, I record in here, I master in here, I write songs in here, and I do those things other places as well. I do them wherever I can, but I've had so many amazing moments in this room. I've had heartbreaks in this room. I've had things that felt like the end of the line musically in this room. I have felt absolute amazement and just complete passion in this room. It just means quite a bit to me at this point. And it means a lot to me that so many childhood moments happened here, because with the band we try new things all the time. By myself I try to be as playful as possible, and it really helps to get sort of a childlike attitude about it. So it really helps to be in here. I love playing drums, the most emotive instrument for me. I love hitting it. I love getting my emotions out on it. I love having energy and turning that into sound. We painted it because I wanted it to have as much color as it felt. It was a black kit. When I played it, I felt so colorful and emotive and expressive, and I wanted the kit to have that flavor as well. So my bandmate and I just splatter painted it, and it turned into this, and I really love it. I was making music before I had an eating disorder. I was making music before I had depression. My first songs were about really joyful things like Peter Pan, or actually, now that I think of it, they were about all sorts of things, like global warming. I wrote a song called School's Out. That was a jam. I didn't start writing music because I was depressed or because I had an eating disorder. I grew that foundation when I was young, so that when I did have those things and when I needed some way to let those thoughts out, songwriting was there and it was easily accessible. All those years of learning how to be a songwriter really, really helped when I needed to let those words out. Having a physical space to be in, to create in, to have moments in is so valuable to me now, and I really love it. Last October, when I made my second EP, The Monster and the Color, I was listening to it back a couple days before it came out, and I was standing in here. It was late at night. I was just making the final touches. The last song in that EP is a song called Let's Get Lost, which means a lot to me. Since it's the last song in the EP, it was the last one I was checking for all the little details, making sure everything was in place for its release. And I was standing about where the camera is, listening to it. It was coming through these speakers, and I just felt so overwhelmed with joy, and a sad joy, a happy joy, a hopeful joy, all kinds of joy. That song is about not dying. In a nutshell, the song is about not dying. That song I've connected to twice in an incredibly powerful way, and the first time was when I wrote it, and the second time was when I listened to it the day before it came out in here, sobbing, which is not a thing I usually do when I listen to my songs, but it was just such a powerful moment, and I'm so fortunate that I got to have that in my childhood room. I used to just have this mental space that I took with me from place to place wherever I made songs, and it's so nice to now have a physical space that I can go to where I can create and have these memories live, and then I can come back to for my next creation. It looks like this all the time. I didn't clean it for this video. There's cups from the night before, there's cables from practice, there's clothes on the floor, there's old clothes in the closet, there's cards on the walls and tickets from concerts I loved and went to. It's just a very living, breathing space. It's not perfect, it's not glorious, it's not manicured, but it's mine, and I absolutely love it. So that's the video. That's my creative space. This is where I do my shit. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't know who I'm going to film next week, but someone who I'm friends with who I think is really damn cool and has an awesome space to share with you. I hope this inspired you in some way to create or to grow a space of your own or something. I hope at least it was entertaining and not too awkward. All right, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye.